Hold good. To remain valid or applicable. Synonym for hold good. Remain valid, continue to apply, stand, remain effective, be applicable, remain in force. The rules of fair play hold good in both sports and business. Despite changing circumstances, the advice from her mentor continued to hold good. The rule that silence indicates consent still holds good in legal proceedings. Stay true to oneself. To remain authentic and true to one's identity. Synonym for stay true to oneself. Remain authentic, stay genuine, be true to oneself, be oneself, stay real, be genuine. It's essential to stay true to oneself in the face of societal expectations. Throughout his career, he stayed true to himself, never compromising his values for success. Despite peer pressure, she stayed true to herself and pursued her passion for art. Come true. To be realized or fulfilled. Synonym for come true. Be realized, happen, materialize, be fulfilled, become reality, come to fruition. Winning the championship was a dream come true for the team after years of hard work. Her childhood dream of traveling the world finally came true when she landed her dream job. Her dream of starting her own business finally came true. Hold to one's word. To keep a promise or remain true to one's commitment. Synonym for hold to one's word. Keep one's promise, honor one's commitment, stay true to one's word, uphold one's promise, maintain one's word, fulfill one's promise. He always holds to his word, ensuring trust in his relationships. Holding to her word, she made sure to fulfill her commitments, no matter how challenging. He always held to his word, never making promises he couldn't keep. Bear witness to. To provide evidence or testimony of the truth. Synonym for bear witness to. Confirm, attest to, validate, verify, authenticate, testify to. The historic documents bear witness to the struggles of our ancestors. The documents bear witness to the historical events that took place. His scars bear witness to the hardships he endured during his time in the war. Remain true to course. To continue on a chosen path or plan without deviation. Synonym for remain true to course. Stay on track, stick to the plan, stay committed, stay dedicated, remain faithful, persist. She remained true to course throughout the project, ensuring it stayed on track despite challenges. Despite challenges, the team remained true to the course outlined in their strategy. Despite the setbacks, the team remained true to course and eventually achieved their goal. Speak true. To speak honestly and accurately. Synonym for speak true. Tell the truth, be honest, speak accurately, speak truthfully, be forthright, tell it like it is. His words always spoke true, resonating with honesty and sincerity. The witness was asked to speak true, providing accurate testimony to aid in the investigation. It's important to speak true when providing feedback in a professional setting. Hold true for. To be applicable or valid in a specific situation. Synonym for. Hold true for. Apply to, be valid for, be relevant to, be true of, be applicable to, hold good for. The advice given by the mentor holds true for anyone starting a new venture. The laws of physics hold true for all objects, regardless of their size or composition. The principles of fairness and equality hold true for all members of society. Muddle through. To manage or proceed without a clear plan or understanding. Synonym for. Muddle through. Get by, manage, cope, navigate, deal with, make do. Despite the lack of resources, they managed to muddle through and complete the project on time. We'll have to muddle through the situation until we find a better solution. The team had to muddle through the project due to unclear instructions. Cloud over. To become unclear or obscured. Synonym for. Cloud over. Become obscured, become cloudy, become unclear, dim, darken, shadow. The controversy surrounding the project clouded over its success. The future of the project began to cloud over as challenges arose. His disappointment clouded over his usual sunny disposition. Blur out. To become indistinct or unclear visually. Synonym for. Blur out. Become fuzzy, become indistinct, become unclear, lose focus, obscure, dim. The details in the background started to blur out in the photograph. The heat waves rising from the asphalt caused the distant buildings to blur out against the horizon. As she rubbed her eyes, the letters on the page started to blur out, making it difficult to read. Haze over. To become unclear or hazy, especially in terms of understanding. Synonym for. Haze over. Become hazy, become unclear, cloud over, blur, obscure, dim. His mind hazy over with fatigue, making it hard to concentrate on the task at hand. The explanation began to haze over as the concepts became more complex. The explanation started to haze over as the lecturer delved into complex technical details. Drown out. To overpower or make something less clear due to louder or competing elements. Synonym for. Drown out. Overwhelm, mask, overshadow, silence, suffocate, stifle. The noise of traffic drowned out the peaceful sounds of nature in the urban park. The loud music drowned out her voice, making it impossible to hear what she was saying. The noise from the construction site drowned out the speaker's voice. Fuzz up. To make something less clear or distinct. Synonym for. Fuzz up. Blur, obscure, cloud, confuse, muddle, dim. The low-resolution image was fuzzed up, making it difficult to discern the details. The poor quality of the image fuzzed up the details. The fog fuzzed up the outline of the distant mountains, obscuring their majestic peaks. Lose track of. To become unclear or lose awareness of something. Synonym for. Lose track of. Lose sight of, lose touch with, lose count of, become unaware of, forget about, misplace. Lost in thought. He completely lost track of time and missed his appointment. The complexity of the problem caused him to lose track of the main issues at hand. In the lengthy discussion, I started to lose track of the main points. Fade out. To gradually become less clear or visible. Synonym for. Fade out. Diminish, decline, vanish, disappear, ebb, wane. The memories of her childhood slowly faded out as she grew older. The music gradually faded out, leaving only the sound of the gentle breeze rustling through the trees. The text on the old document started to fade out over time. Jumble up. To mix or confuse elements, making them unclear. Synonym for. Jumble up. Mix up, confuse, scramble, muddle, disorder, confound. The instructions got jumbled up, causing confusion among the team. The instructions were jumbled up and unclear, making it difficult to follow the procedure. The sudden influx of information jumbled up his thoughts, leaving him confused. Tangle up. To become twisted or intertwined, leading to confusion. Synonym for. Tangle up. Entangle, snarl, knot, complicate, confuse, embroil. The wires became tangled up behind the computer, causing connectivity issues. The complicated plot of the movie tangled up the storyline, confusing the audience. The wires became tangled up, making it difficult to identify each one. Slip through the cracks. To go unnoticed or become unclear due to lack of attention. Synonym for. Slip through the cracks. Be overlooked, be neglected, fall through the cracks, escape attention, be missed, go unnoticed. The important details seemed to slip through the cracks of his memory, leaving gaps in his recollection. Despite their efforts, some errors slipped through the cracks and went unnoticed. Important details can slip through the cracks if not carefully reviewed. Cloud up. To become overcast or obscured, also used metaphorically for unclear situations. Synonym for. Cloud up. Become overcast, obscure, dim, darken, shade, cover. The situation clouded up with uncertainty as conflicting reports emerged. The sky began to cloud up before the storm, mirroring the uncertain mood. His mind clouded up with doubt as he struggled to make sense of the confusing instructions. Shade over. To cast a shadow or make something less clear. Synonym for. Shade over. Cast a shadow over, dim, darken, obscure, mask, veil. The speaker's biased perspective shaded over the truth, making it difficult to discern the facts. The controversy shaded over the reputation of the company, casting doubt on its integrity. The large tree shaded over the sign, making it difficult to read. Veil over. To cover or conceal, making something unclear. Synonym for veil over. Conceal, cover, mask, obscure, shroud, hide. Emotions veiled over her expression, hiding the pain she was feeling inside. The fog veiled over the landscape, creating an atmosphere of uncertainty. The fog veiled over the landscape, obscuring the view of the distant hills. Hang in the air. To remain uncertain or unclear, creating a sense of anticipation. Synonym for hang in the air. Remain uncertain, linger, be unresolved, be pending, be up in the air, be in suspense. Uncertainty hung in the air as they awaited the outcome of the negotiations. The question hung in the air, unanswered, leaving a sense of anticipation in the room. The question of who would lead the project hung in the air during the meeting. Fog up. To become covered or obscured by fog, also used metaphorically for unclear situations. Synonym for fog up. Become foggy, obscure, dim, cloud, haze, mist. His mind fogged up with confusion as he tried to understand the complex mathematical problem. The bathroom mirror fogged up after the hot shower, hiding the reflection. The windows fogged up from the steam of the hot shower, obscuring the view outside. Smudge out. To make something less clear or distinct by smearing. Synonym for smudge out. Blur, obscure, smeary, smear, blur out, diminish. The poor lighting in the room smudged out the details of the painting, blurring its features. The ink smudged out, making the writing illegible. The raindrops smudged out the ink on the paper, making the writing illegible. Swim in ambiguity. To exist in a state of unclear or vague meaning. Synonym for swim in ambiguity. Bathe in uncertainty, wade in vagueness, drown in obscurity, immerse in doubt, submerge in uncertainty, navigate through ambiguity. The terms of the contract were so poorly defined that we found ourselves swimming in ambiguity. The poem's cryptic verses left readers swimming in ambiguity, each interpreting it differently. The terms of the agreement seemed to swim in ambiguity, causing confusion. Dim out. To reduce the clarity or brightness of something. Synonym for dim out. Fade, dull, diminish, obscure, shade, tarnish. As the sun set, the streetlights dimmed out, casting long shadows across the deserted streets. The lights began to dim out, creating an atmosphere of uncertainty. The theater gradually dimmed out the lights as the performance began, creating an atmosphere of anticipation. Whitewash over. To cover up or gloss over, making something appear clearer than it is. Synonym for whitewash over. Gloss over, cover up, mask, camouflage, conceal, sugarcoat. The report seemed to whitewash over the challenges faced by the project team. The company tried to whitewash over the scandal by issuing a vague statement that glossed over the details. His attempts to whitewash over his mistakes only made them more apparent to those paying attention. Walk away. To leave a place or situation by walking. Synonym 4. Walk away. Depart, leave, exit, go away, withdraw, move out. Frustrated with the argument, she decided to walk away rather than continue the confrontation. Feeling frustrated, she decided to walk away from the argument. Despite the tempting offer, he chose to walk away from the deal, realizing it wasn't in his best interest. Move on. To proceed or progress, often emotionally or physically. Synonym 4. Move on. Progress, advance, proceed, evolve, transition, forge ahead. It's time to move on from the past and focus on building a better future. After the breakup, it's important to let go and move on with your life. After the breakup, she struggled to move on and find closure. You can find playlists for various languages in the video description. To practice the vocabulary, you are encouraged to explore our various apps. Links to these are also included in the description. If you found something new or interesting, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section and provide your valuable feedback. And please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more educational content.